So the golden question, the one that everybody wants, how much is my land worth if I lease access to hunters? Let's just get right to it. For average hunting ground, you can expect upwards of $20 an acre, okay? For quality hunting ground, $50 an acre. And I've seen 60, we've seen 70, that's rare, okay? So anywhere between 20-ish to 50-ish is where you're gonna land, but let's dive into that a little bit. What makes your land attractive? First of all, what state are you in, okay? If you're in a state that has a lot of whitetail hunters, you already know it, okay? Even if you're an absentee landowner, maybe you're an adult child who inherited ground from parents and you live in California and that ground is in Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, you already know that it's a big deal to deer hunt in those states. Also in the South, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and the Northeast has even become good. Whitetail deer hunting is exploding and has over the last 20 or 30 years really in the United States. So if you're in a good state and even in a good county in a good state, you just continue to bump up the value of your property, okay? Now, let's say you've got 200 acres. If that's all timber, that's great. You're gonna have hunters wanna come hunt that. But what hunters like, because deer really like it, is that diverse habitat. So you've got, a 75 acre ag field, you've got 75 acres of rolling timber, and you've got another 50 in a pasture. I can get access from different locations or different sides. As a hunter, that's important. So all of those things, access, diversity, acreage, all goes into the mix. And if you've got all of those things in a good state, in a good county, then you're looking around $50 per acre. Well, let's talk about the acreage. It's got to be huntable acres. If you have 200 acres and you've got 10 acres of woods at the top and then that's it, it's just a big field, you can't charge for 200 acres, if that makes sense, because huntable acreage is anywhere on your property I could reasonably expect to harvest a deer or geese and ducks or a turkey or anything like that. So in that scenario where you've got 10 or 20 acres of woods in a 200 acre property, I would typically double that woods, and that includes fence lines. So I think you can charge for 50, 60 acres of huntable ground on that. But to answer the original question, and we want to get right to it, bottom is $20, top is 50, 60, maybe even higher than that. And that is why we suggest leasing access to hunters, because in the supply and demand world, landowners and supply are way down here and demand is way up here. It's never been a better time to lease access to hunters, and we can make it perfectly safe and worry-free for you.